women, when they off that wine or that liquor, Ecclesiastes 9:9, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction.
Yeah. You got the niggas out here buying other women's drinks. Oh, I got a man. Well, I got to still buy your drink. It's a lot of times these women don't even say they got a fucking man.
Except the men still knowing what they got going on.
Nowadays, they so bold. They would tell you they got a man, but they be like, it's all right.
Yeah.
Like, even at work, they go on lunch, have a couple drinks. You just feel better. First Timothy 5 and verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
That's plain, man. Because they're so full of decadence. Hey, they don't understand that they're living dead, man. Because judgment has to come forth.
The bowl count, that's what
1 Samuel 25 and 36. Verse 36. It says, and Abigail came to the ball, and behold, he held a feast in his house like the feast of a king. And the ball's heart was merry within him, and he was very drunken. Wherefore she told him nothing, less or more, until the morning light. But it came to pass in the morning, when the wine was gone out of the ball, and his wife had told him these things, that his heart died within him, and he became as a stone.
Yeah, he just dropped dead, man. It might have been a stroke or probably a heart attack. He dropped dead, man, but the night before, the nigga was partying. The Lord he could bring adversity on the subject just that quick, like that. While you think you at the top of the world, you think you got it like that, you in your pleasure, you're at the height of your pride, and look what happens, man. The Lord hates pride, man. He's not like a proud look. It goes right before a fall. Okay? The Lord will take you on that Kennedy ride, that last Kennedy ride.
Yeah.
That can happen, man. So same thing with the pride of this world. Esau, him being at the top, these women, with their pride, because Esau, exalted them. And don't think for a second that what we're saying these things because we hate women. We do not hate women. But we have to bring everything out. The Lord has to address everything. You women ain't exempt from the Lord of being addressing what He needs to address. He's addressing everything, man. Just so happen the Spirit got us talking about the woman right now. But we're just giving these examples, man. You could feel at that. You could feel at the pinnacle and the height of your pride, like you just on top, and nothing bad could ever happen. But then that's when it happens, or it can't happen. That's why it says it is better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting, to the house of mirth. That's why you don't see us exalting ourselves, sitting in seats, high up seats. You don't see us in our Passovers, sitting up at panels and shit like that. Not to say that there's anything wrong with that, but we're humble servants, man. We understand that the Lord, He can dispose us at any moment, man. You got to be humble, and the world is filled with too much pride, man.
Account of another man that posted up into that level. It's Acts 12 and 20. Matter of fact, I'm going to start here at 20. It says, and Herod was highly displeased with them of Tyre and Sidon, but they came with one accord to him, and having made Blastus king, Chamberlain their friend, desired peace because their country was nourished by their king's country. 21, it says, and upon a set day, Herod, arrayed in royal apparel, sat upon his throne and made an oration unto them. And the people gave a shout, saying, it is the voice of a God and not of man. And immediately the angel of the Lord smote him, because he gave not Yahweh the glory, and he was eaten of worms and gave up the ghost.
That's what happens, man. Too much pride, man. You start to think that you should be worshipped.
Yeah.
A lot of these people in this world, they really feel that way.
Yep.
Self-importance, like everything revolves around my importance.
Narcissism. Herod deserved that shit too.
Hell yeah.
You know, he tried to kill Yahweh Shai. Killed all the Hebrew babies and the Hebrew Gentiles. Yeah, killed them too. Yeah. He deserved that shit.
That's free.
It says Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 11. No, I'll start at 10. I'll start at 10, yeah. It says, enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust for the fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty. The lofty looks of men shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day.
Oh, the Lord alone. It ain't like some people that don't come. Everybody is going to get humble. Whether willingly or unwillingly, you're going to be humble. Okay? Hey, when the chariots crack the clouds, man, crack the sky, and show up on this planet like that, what pride could you? Well, people gonna still talk pride.
Everybody say every knee shall bow.
Every knee is gonna
And
bow.
that's showing humbleness right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fear too. I got finish this. Verse 12. For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low.
So you know, we're using this guy as an example. So LeBron James ain't gonna be the man. Michael Jordan ain't gonna be the man. All these boxers and great people of importance in the community now, they're not gonna be exalted like that. They're gonna be just as scared and humble as you are. Okay? And then the people that should be looked toward will already be humble and men of the Lord. That have the answers. And if you're lucky enough, the Lord would allow them to break it down to you. And how great is that? There will be pride. Okay? That's going to be done away with, man. I'm sick of having all this damn pride in the earth, man. People in the car beeping at you because you don't want to drive through a crowd. You know?
And they're proud of being wicked.
Yeah.
You know? They're proud of the wicked lifestyle that they live. You know? That's got to be corrected. It's going to come through fire. It's got to be that's 44 minutes. That cancer has to be cut off. You know? And the root of it has to be uprooted. The root of evil is wickedness, idol worship. That has to be uprooted. And then the Lord is coming back to do exactly that. To cut off that long disease from the earth. And he's going to plant righteousness, truth, humility. Alright? But it starts with his word.
Second Maccabees 9 and 3. Now he's talking about Antiochus and Titus. says, now when he came to Ecbatana, news was brought to him what had happened to Nicanor and Timotheus. Then swelling with anger, he thought to avenge upon the Jews the disgrace done unto him by those that made him flee. Therefore commanded he his chariot man to drive without ceasing, and to dispatch the journey, the judgment of the Most High now following. For he had spoken proudly in his sword that what would come, he would come to Jerusalem and make it a common burying place of the Jews. But the Lord Almighty, the power of Israel, smote him with an incurable and invisible plague. For as soon as he had spoken these words, a pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him, and sore torment of the inner parts. Yep. Hold on. This is continuing. It says, in sore torments of the inner parts, and that most justly, for he had tormented other men's bowels with many and strange torments. Howbeit he nothing at all ceased from his bragging, but was still filled with pride, breathing out fire in his rage against the Jews, and commanding to haste the journey. But it came to pass that as he fell down from his chariot, he carried violently, so that he, having a sore fall, all the members of his body were much pained. And thus he, that a little before thought he might command the waves of the sea, so proud was he beyond the condition of man, and weighed the high mountains in a balance, was now cast on the ground, carried in a horse litter, showing forth unto all the manifest power of Yahweh Yahushai, so that the worms rose up out of the body of this wicked man, and whilst he lived in sorrow and pain, his flesh fell away.
And the Lord started to consume him from the inside out. He's probably, him being king, he probably had weight to him. As you know, kings, they eat meat, they eat real, luxuries.
Yeah.
That's a
Sign of decadence when you have a lot of meat. So he was a king, and having it, the way he had it, and then when the Lord smote his ass, you already know. Just picture it.
That's like,
he started losing weight. He started deteriorating, just like Eddie Long did.
it's like
He started looking like how Al Sharpton look now.
what you call now the flesh-eating disease, bacteria. That's exactly what it was.
And on top of that, the Lord gave him a gangrene as well.
Yeah.
That's like the decomposition of your body while you're still alive.
There's no fresh blood circulating.
Exactly. So he was decomposing. And the scriptures say the worms was coming out of his body, man.
And take part with parasites.
Yeah.
That's that meat thing.
And he's still alive.
Yeah. He still had fried rat.
He had a very bad odor, bad smell.
Damn. Still living too.
He's still living. But watch how the Lord bring his pride all the way down. Go ahead.
Yeah, this 9. And it reads, so that the worms rose up out of his body. So it's like, so the rose rose up out of the body of this wicked man. And whilst he lived in sorrow and pain, his flesh fell away, and the filthiness of his smell was noisome to all his army. And
He was smelling real horrible, man. He's normally used to smelling like, oils, smelling like a king. Now the king stank right now. Yeah. And he's deteriorating before our eyes.
Man, that's like a trait of the Most High, how he brings kings down. Nebuchadnezzar turned him nigga into a beast.
Yeah.
they probably couldn't bathe him because his body was already like,
Yeah.
it was decomposing, and anything.
There was no remedies for him. They couldn't come up with no remedies.
They probably
Not one herb that can help this.
They probably quarantined that nigga, man.
Yeah.
Back then.
You couldn't really function with women. All that is out of there. That's out of the door now.
Ain't no women.